Welcome back. We're enjoying the exciting world of cycling, going out, seeing the sights, having a particularly numb butt half the time. But that is the drawbacks of going out doing exercise, I guess. But hey, we got to see some interesting sights, travelled nicely along the coastline. Is our lead girl going to work up the strength and the energy to really go all out, do the big events, big races? Probably not anytime soon, but she's got the people around her who are willing to edge her along, convince her to go for it. Having her beloved Ponter, I'm sure there will be many a trips in the future, although how long it's going to be before she decides to try and have a new riding mate, one that might be slightly easier on the legs, better for longer distances. Well, we'll have to see. This is just dumb, fun, easy watching. Cute girls doing things that they enjoy. So let's see some more cycling edition. Okay. I mean, if we're starting off with just a nice little backing track of some whistling, we're skipping ahead a little bit. So a month worth of cycling, she's still enthralled by it. A little too skin tight. Just try to, upsell as much as possible. Oh, you need this and this and this. If you're self-conscious about any lines showing at all. How much? She is definitely going to need to get some sort of basic income coming in. If she's spent quite a lot in the past month and a half. At least they're waiting for her. I wonder how long they're actually there for. And now that she's arrived, it's time for them to head off. A mountain road? I mean, if she is struggling to get here as is. Okay, if you talk about the stops along the way or the view and sights at the end, yeah, you'd definitely get her attention. I mean, she is fully getting into it, getting the not just a basic bike and wanting to get cycling, but starting with the outfit, the gloves, and everything. Not completely necessary, but definitely would help just to avoid any chafing or anything. We know what she has suffered so far with the seat. How many sites and places are they going to try to reach but end up having to back out of it? Is there going to be failure along this journey? I there would be a sense of accomplishment, and I guess kind of like going running and actually making it further than a few steps out the front door. Being able to say that, oh, you've rode or managed to get this far away from home would be a sense of accomplishment, maybe a little exhilarating in of itself. Or maybe it's just me talking because I'm just so inactive. Yeah, you don't want to get melanoma or sunburn alongside a muscle cramp or anything. And how much was that? Probably isn't something she should be looking into just yet. On a scale of 1 to shoot me now. I see what the answer is. Really sell the idea to her. Just think about the payoff at the end. I guess there is one benefit of Japan and whatnot. You would have those kind of sites around here. The highest hill we have is probably about that tall. Good use of the corner bend mirror things. Is she already in the lowest gear? She can take a break for a little bit, at least. Actually, bringing along her own refreshment. She's definitely learned a thing or two over the past month. It would be amusing if it was just around that bend. She didn't say that. Is there going to be a adventure that she has where there isn't the whimpering? Yeah, that that's a good sign. I don't think she's going to be able to get all too much further. Their estimations of where they would be probably better when they actually are. I mean, muscle cramp is one thing that you definitely know when you got it. Sometimes you just have to bear it out, force yourself to move a bit. Depends how bad it is, really. Their minds start to work overtime, things that might have happened to them. Are they about to ride back down to to reach them. And down again. I mean, when she's sat there, I'm sure it's fine. Jesus. Yeah, this mountain pass might have been a little above her right now. Have some salt. Is it bananas that are meant to be good for cramps? Just let her feed a little. She'll forget all about her pain. But now that them having to change their plans because of her, she'll fight through it. Well, she can stand. Prove it. Yeah, she's fine. If she continues to push herself, there'll be further injury or worse. So my question about any actual failed trips. This is one of those moments, the grand learning moment. They'll try and be reassuring, but she's going to be quite harsh on herself. I was about to say, it looks like she can walk a bit all right now after a little bit of rest on the train and whatnot, but she is suffering quite bad. I've never had any sort of muscle cramp or anything that badly where it lasts hours. Then again, I don't think I ever pushed myself through it. Oh no, actually, maybe during boxing. She wasn't there at all. She was off in her own world. I don't believe this will be enough to sway her away from the idea. It wasn't the cycling itself that was the root cause of all of this. Maybe just pushing herself a bit too fast too soon. Really just been sat there for hours. At least she's cognizant of it. I mean, you can be brash and force your way through and think that everything is fine. See, that is the unbridled optimism and enthusiasm you can't really shake. I wish I was so excited about anything. Yeah, maybe take a day off. If she's going to get home, someone to drag her. Now, they are so concerned for her, but how resilient is she? A family trip. The meaning of family is quite strained, I see. I see this is her form of crying in a corner to herself about the events of today. Might it be true? I don't have that many people who go cycling, so I can't confirm that. You just have to try it next time and get further than she was able to. Her rival in all of this. The past will not win over her. There's no way she could just leave her be after what happened. It's got the sensible head on her shoulders, yet, well, and also so caring and looking out for her. Oh, 2,000 meters, yeah, not bad. But I'm guessing the hills themselves aren't quite as steep; it's more of a gradual incline. They say that, but look at what's coming over the horizon there. Ah, someone who appears to be taking it so easily. And also, we saw them in the opening. Maybe you can learn a thing or two. Prepare for a fight. That's what's running through our mind. But proof that she made it. I mean, having a bunch of people who are so. How did she not notice? Was she just having her clothes pulled at? Didn't even respond at all. But might snatch things. She is not a dog person. Also, what's going to go missing if it says he can snatch things? It's just she's now lost her phone, wallet, keys. Much worse. She is definitely going to need to overcome the fear of dogs in order to save her. She's being roughed up. Oh, just distract them with a bit of cloth there. I mean, it did show the grabbing stuff, so. Ah, so you got the whatever they're called. Yeah, she's going to need to brush her hair at least. And now they've repaid the favour of the photo with the protection from the vicious beast. Is she now going to have to think about upgrading if she's really serious about it? Cyclist in training. And if she's comparing herself to the others, it would be quite light. If she's comparing herself to the others in sense of like ability or what she's able to do, and yet everything's stacked against her considering the type of bike that she's using and what she's trying to do with it. And none of them thought of letting her try a road bike for a bit, see what it feels like. Unfortunately, it would cost several $1,000s. Does it mean that Ponta might be getting some new family members soon? Is she going to get a discount or something at this alpaca store? You can have more than one bike. They don't have to stick to the same one across all types of... It's the same kind of sentence I was saying about the first time. But you don't need to stick to the same bike over the same road surfaces and environment. Some of the people you meet in the most inconspicuous places could really change your life. It was a sign from the heavens itself that she should reach out and try it. Still, she's going to need a lot of extra funds to be able to afford it. It is nice to see someone just generally ahead of their heels with the idea of cycling or just whatever their hobby is at the time. I would like to know how she has this uninhibited smile all the time when it comes to cycling. Apart from maybe when she's in the bath. I think she has the right attitude, even if there's something that she can't do or is currently struggling with. Tomorrow's a new day, she can work through it, try and do a bit better each time. And when in doubt, just blame your tools. It's not your fault. You just got the wrong equipment for the job. But it was kind of a necessary episode, one where you have that stumbling block. I think if they show the idea of cycling being all sunshine and roses, or cushy all the time, then they'll definitely lose something. Having a bit of adversity and fight back against is a catalyst for many a good character development. And I think that having extreme muscle cramp is definitely one good way to show it completely, because if you can't even stand, it's not just I'm tired, I can't go on. Because that, you could feel a little depressed because you didn't give it your all, but when your body is physically fighting back, that is you've hit your limit, work up to it, look back at it in another month's time and see how much further she's able to get. Don't just accept defeat. If something you can't do today, try again tomorrow. If even a millimeter, an improvement is still an improvement. It ultimately is a good lesson, really. If there's something you want to do, just keep working at it. One day it will pay off. You can look back and go, you know what? It was almost worth the sweat and tears. And large chunk of change missing from your wallet and bank account. Maybe less sure about that last one. But I struggle to find anything to really talk about in these ones, because it's just a feel-good show. We got someone exploring their new passion. The occasional people that crop up every now and again to provide a little bit of advice or solace along the way. Of course, in this case, it might be a little more important than that because she was in the openings and endings, so maybe a new member to the little clique. Is she going to be the road biking aficionado that is going to be giving her all sorts of advice and maybe more than just a helping hand? Whether or not it is fighting off those dangerous beasties. A dog like that. Well, there's been a lot of raucous in the news about, a dog breed, but I don't think there would be allowed to be a dog not on a leash or anything that is a little excitable around people, I think is a good way of putting it. Personally, I would have no problem. But much like one girl's attempt to overcome her boundaries, whether it be a lack of experience building up her muscle, we're going to get one that is also trying to overcome hers. Maybe later on down the line we'll have a new dog lover. We'll have to see. And also, we would have to find out what kind of treats and sights they will get to further on. Are we going to come back here in 6-7 episodes time where she's actually managing to climb up the same hills, making these journeys which once seemed so improbable, if not downright impossible? It would be nice to see. So with that, hopefully you enjoyed. If you want to see more than cycling, consider subscribing to the channel. You can have a look around, there might be something that piques your interest. But if you enjoyed this episode and I said anything to entertain you, consider leaving a like on the video, maybe even a comment or two down below. But for now, get yourselves a nice long break. Warm down any muscles. Don't want to cramp up or anything. I mean, we've seen when it does. See you in the next one. Luckily, my patrons are the long break for the muscle cramp that may be my channel. So, if you would also like to avoid any serious physical injury, well, we can stay inside and watch some anime, but you can also join onto my Patreon and make sure that you get more as fast as possible. So, I really do need to thank Noku, Sal, Croyville, Diego Zenhausen, Guado, Kite, Raywin, Lightwizard91, Shiwan, Tori Jane, and everyone else. Because thanks to them, I can get all of the excitement of going out cycling without stepping outside my front door.